Welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this episode, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about lists generally. So we're going to talk about unordered lists, unordered lists. We're going to talk about ordered lists, all right, and then we're going to talk about description lists, all right, description lists, all right. And that will be it for this session. So basically, what do we have in an ordered list? So we have what we call UL. An ordered list starts with UL tag. So, and every UL tag element goes with a list, all right? So what do you want to have in the list? I want to have coffee. I want to have beans. Sorry. I want to have beans. I want to have rice. Cassava. Ewa. Ewa, yes. I think some of you know this line. Cassava, ewa. And then, what next? Let's take agbadu. No, maize. Yes, so here we go. Refresh this. This is what unordered list look like. So let's take this a little bit away. This is unordered list. So let's have ordered list. Let's have ordered lists, right? So I'm going to give it a heading H1 ordered lists, all right? Sorry, don't mind the spelling. Ordered list, all right? Good. So this, let's label this unordered list, right? Good. So I hope this whole thing is not getting you confused. I could get them deleted if they could get you confused, all right? We can undo, all right? We can undo when we are done. So for clarity, let's have this. Now, let's do unordered list. Unordered list, you're going to have OL. That's just a simple switch. That is just a simple switch and nothing else. So check out the difference. That is an ordered list and the first one is unordered list. The only difference is that this one starts with UL and this starts with what? OL, right? Good. This is OL elements. OL elements. OL elements. And this is the what? The UL elements. All right, good. Now you can have what we call nested list. Sorry, I didn't include it. Nested list before we talk about description. All right, description is not that common, so let's do nested list. Now inside this place, I could do a nested list for under rice. All right, I could do a nested list. Sorry, please. I could do a nested list. So that means I will do like this. I can do unordered list. Then I now have list Nigerian rice. I have Nigerian rice. Ghana rice, Cameroon, sorry, forgive me for the spelling, I leave it like that, Cameroon rice, and so on and so forth. So you can see the difference. Now I could choose this to also be UL, all right? Good. And we are still good. All right, good. Let me return it to OL, and then I'm going to do this here. All right, so under this I want to have a nested tag here, but here I want to use UL. I'm using OL there, so let me just use UL. All right, that is what we refer to as nested list. All right, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy one of these. All right, and I'm going to undo everything. All right, so I want to arrange everything in one. Good. So we're going to have what we call nested lists. Nested what? Nested list. All right, nested list. I hope this makes sense, right? Then let's look at description, right? Description. So description, I think description list is supported in this thing, in HTML. So description list is more like nested list. So you have DT. So where you define the data. Let's say I want to talk about it's still the same thing. Coffee. I want to talk about coffee. So under the types of coffee, I want to talk about DD. What kind of coffees do I have? I have black coffee, DD. We have red coffee. Refresh this, you could see. So this is almost the same as nested list, but this is what we refer to as what? As description list. All right, description list. Now, as a programmer, having this information at the tip of your finger is such that when you really need it, you would remember that there's such a thing, and you'll be able to apply it where you would need it. All right, so you could repeat this process for a different thing. So you could say, let's say beans. So you have black beans, red beans, and then DDL, white beans. Right? Good. So you could see the difference. So this is it for unordered list, ordered list, nested list, and description list. Now this is not mostly common, all right, but it's something you can use to juggle your brain, and then you'll be part of the growing technology. All right, see you in the next class. Thank you, and please do make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.